Hello and welcome to Learn PCM. We are going through a series of sessions for the chapter Lines and Angles, and in continuation to the sessions, we have come with some more topics. We have already come to know many of the topics or many of the basic concepts about lines and angles, or you can say the basic concepts of geometry. Now let's see some, we are going to discuss some more points, but here you can see that these three sketches are there, these three sketch pens are there, and they are forming some angles, isn't it? You can see that there is an angle formed in the form of X, and there is another angle which is formed by these two sketch pens in the form of Y, right? Now you can see that these two angles, angle X and angle Y, both of them are sharing one of the common arm. This angle formed, this angle X is forming with the help of this yellow colored sketch pen and this dark yellow colored, or you can say orange colored sketch pen, right? And this Y angle, this angle is formed with the help of this orange colored as well as the green colored sketch pen, right? So we are having two of the angles here. Now what actually is the name of these two angles, or what type of angles are they? So as you can see that one of the arms are common in these two angles, we can say that these two angles are forming a pair of adjacent angles. They are forming a pair of adjacent angles. And what are adjacent angles? We have already discussed in our previous sessions. So in adjacent angles, what do we have? We have one common arm in between. Okay, adjacent angles always have one common arm and they share at least one common point. Okay, you can see there, you can see here that this point is shared in between these two of the angles. Okay, if you consider this as single point, then this point is shared in between this angle as well as in with this angle of Y. Okay, so we can say that X and Y both are forming adjacent pair of angles. Okay, now what else we can find out of this? See, if these two rays, if just we shift this, if I'm just going to take this sketch pen, green colored sketch pen, and I'm bringing it in such a way that again I'm getting the pair of adjacent angles. But now what else is there? What else is there? What new thing has done over here? You can see that when we are taking this this angle, when we have chosen this angle Y, and we have just increased the length of this, you can say we have increased this angle from this position to this position. What has happened? That again you are getting the same pair of adjacent angles. Okay, we are having no changes in adjacent angles. We are having the pair of adjacent angles here also, but in this case you will see that the non-common arms, they are facing, or you can say they are just forming the opposite rays. They are facing each other now. Okay, you can see that this arm was non-common arm, even this arm was the non-common arm, only one common arm was there. Now this common arm remains as such, but when we have changed this ray, when we have changed this position of this green sketch pen, what has happened? We have brought it into in this form, and we have seen that the two rays are now opposite to each other. These two non-common arms are now opposite to each other. In such cases, we form linear pair of angles. What do we call? Linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles, when combined together, they form 180 degree, X plus Y. As you find, when you get linear pair, definitely the sum of the angles are going to give you 180 degree, and such property is known as linear pair property. Linear pair property. I hope you have understood. This is LPP property in short. we used to mention it like this. Okay, so I hope you have understood. Let me show it on the notebook so that it will be more clear to you. We'll discuss it once more. Say what I have told you, that linear pair is pair of adjacent. It is actually a pair. You can say that a pair of adjacent angles in which non-common arms are opposite to each other. Exactly opposite to each other, okay? Are opposite to each other. Okay, so if I'm saying that you are having some angles like this, say like this is one angle, and say one angle is like say like this. Okay, now this is one angle and this is the other angle. Say this is angle 1, this is angle 2. Now what type of angles are formed here? You can see that here again we are having angle 1 and angle 2. They are forming what? They are forming a pair of adjacent angles. Okay, what else is there? This is the first thing which you have seen. Now what else is there? Let us give the name to this these points. Let's have some points, name of these points. Say this is P, this is O, this is Q, and say this is POQ, and this is R. Okay, now you can see that angle 1 and angle 2 both are forming a pair of adjacent angles, as well as the non-common arms. Here the common arm is what? Let me write first the common arm. Common arm for these two pairs is common arm for angle 1, for you can say that for angle 1 and angle 2, common arm is what? It is OQ. Okay, then what are the non-common arms? So non-common arms are they are what? They are PO and OR. PO and OR. Now you have to find whether they are opposite to each other or not. If these two rays or if these two line segments are opposite to each other, we'll say that this pair of angle 1 and 2, they are linear pair. We call them linear pair. So you can see here that non-common arms are, the non-common arms PO and OR are opposite to each other here. Okay, they are opposite to each other, and when they are opposite to each other, what they are forming? They are forming linear pair. Therefore angle POQ is linear with angle QOR. Okay, POQ is linear with QOR. Okay, we say that these two pair of angles, they are forming linear pair. And when we have a linear pair of angles, so by linear pair property, we will get what? We will get angle 1 plus angle 2 equals to 180 degree. Okay, what we are getting? Angle 1 plus angle 2. Why do we get 180 degree? It is all because when the non-common arms are forming, you can say when non-common arms are opposite to each other, definitely it is going to create a straight line. So it is giving you what? This will give you a straight line. Okay, isn't it? POR, it becomes a straight line, and when it becomes, that is why the name of this property, or you can say that the name of this pair of angle is known as linear pair. Why linear? Because of the straight line. because of the formation of a straight line. The two of the rays are opposite to each other here, and they are forming a straight line. That is why the name of this pair is known as linear pair. And now when they are forming a straight line, definitely the angle so formed over here with a combination of angles is going to be equal to what? It is going to be equal to 180 degree. That is why angle 1 added to angle 2 will give you 180 degree, and this property is known as linear pair property. Linear pair property. What is linear pair property? That when two or more than two of the angles are added together on a you can say on a single point, on a straight line, they give the sum as 180 degree. So it's not only about these two rays, it's not only about these two angles, it could be more than two angles as well. Okay, so 180 degree could be more than two angles as well. For example, I'm showing to you. Say if you are having in this type of condition, suppose you are having one straight line, or you can say that more than two of the angles are formed on a straight line at single point. Okay, then the sum of all these are going to be equal to what? It is going to give you, say this is x, this is y, this is z. In such a case, x plus y plus z. In such a case, x plus y plus z, it is going to be equal to 180 degree. So sum of all the angles at one single point on a straight line gives you 180 degree. Again, it comes in the category of linear pair property. Linear pair property, it means that, or linear pair axiom. Okay, why? Because the combination of all the angles on a straight line is going to give you 180 degree, not more than that, not less than that. Understood? So what we have studied today, we have come to know about the linear pair. We have also understood about the non-common arms of linear pair forming linear pair, and also we have seen that what is the linear pair property. In linear pair property, we get the sum of the angles on a straight line at a single point equal to 180 degree. Okay, एक ही पॉइंट पे अगर स्ट्रेट लाइन क्रिएटेड है, इस एक सिंगल पॉइंट पे अगर हमें कई सारे एंगल्स मिलते हैं, तो दे आर गोइंग टू एडेड अप टुगेदर एंड दे आर गोइंग टू गिव यू 180 डिग्री. इनके सम हमें, इनका एक स्ट्रेट लाइन पर इनका जो सम होगा वो 180 के बराबर होगा, 180 डिग्री के बराबर होगा. सो थैंक यू सो मच. कीप वॉचिंग, कीप practicing, so that you will be able to understand more terms, more things, and you will do the solutions very properly. Thank you.